guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today is my 14-month review of my BMW M2. Alright guys, we've had the M2 for 14 months now, put about 8,200 miles on it. So what I'm going to do in this review, well, what I think makes this channel work is you see all these reviews of the M2, you know, obviously by great journalists who do make great films and great reviews, but obviously they don't own the car. They drive it for maybe a week at most, maybe do a track day with it, and it's off to the next car. So I actually, you know, own the car for 14 months. I'll probably have this car for a while, and we can really see what it costs to drive, to own, to insure, and see how reliable it is, see what I like, what I don't like, and obviously what it costs to maintain it. This is a 2016 model, so I had a very early build. These cars were released here in the United States, I think around April 16th of 2016. So I took delivery of mine May 6th. So essentially, I think I had the second batch of cars. Mine wasn't in the port waiting to be released on April of 16, but it's still pretty early build 2016 model. As I said in the 13-month video, 2016 models have, they all have 4-year, 50,000 mile warranty. The 2016s have still the 4-year, 50,000 maintenance. The 2017 models have the free maintenance for only 3 years, 36,000 miles. So what I'm going to do in this review, I'm going to do a little bit different. Somebody actually had emailed me or responded to one of my videos on the forums, and he had some great questions. So I think for this review, instead of me telling you guys, I think I'm going to answer his questions, which are great questions. Probably one of the best comments I've received anywhere, whether it was a forum or YouTube. So I think for this video, I'll answer his questions, and I think you'll want to hear the answers. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, guys. And if you like this type of video where I'm answering your questions, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. So I'll obviously make more of those videos if that's what you guys like. And we'll go from there. Okay, so one of the first questions is passengers in the back seat. Now this car, I also have a BMW M2 if you watch the channel, and the back seat in this car is much bigger than the back seat in the BMW M2. Now I can tell you that I'm 6 feet tall and I can't sit in the back seat of either car, but I can't sit in the back seat of the M2 as well. It's really going to depend, obviously, who's sitting in front of you. Being 6 feet tall, not too many people are going to fit behind me. You'd have to be short. You'd probably have to be 5'2" to fit behind me. You know, if you had a shorter person in the front seat, you could probably be comfortable in the back seat here. I'm guessing if you're probably around 5'6", 5'7", but 6 feet tall would not cut it in the back seat here. Another question is, how usable is the trunk? Well, I play ice hockey, and a hockey bag fits pretty easily. The biggest problem for me, and if you had golf clubs, I guess as well, is the opening in the trunk. So it's actually pretty decent in this car. I can easily fit the hockey bag. I use a goalie bag because I used to be a goalie. So a goalie bag is softer. You can kind of mush it down and fit it into the trunk. So it's really no problem. In the M2, it fits perfectly. I put my sticks inside the car. So again, you know, you could use a, you know, if you had golf bags, I don't know that you could fit 2, but you can certainly fit 1 in there. So the trunk is a good size for this, for the size of this car. So why did I choose an M2? Well, I love cars that are rear-wheel drive stick shift and come in bright blue. I just love blue cars. If it was up to me, sorry, a little acceleration there. If it was up to me, all my cars would be blue. I had a Laguna Seca blue M3. I had an Interlagos blue E90 M3. Both 6-speed manuals. So when I heard BMW was going to make a smaller, you know, more nimble car, rear drive, available stick shift, and I can get a Long Beach Blue. Long Beach Blue really sealed the deal for me. I probably would have gotten anyway if it was a stick in rear drive and being nimble. I'm not sure what color. I mean, all the other colors look great. I think if I had to choose one, I would get the Black Sapphire. I have an M Coupe that's Black Sapphire 2001. You can go through my channel. There's plenty of videos on that car. Now another question was, how's the handling? I think for a street car it handles great. If you start, you know, I think any car, even the super sports that are on my car, cars are set for understeer for safety reasons. Obviously, everybody has to be able to drive the car, whether they're 16 years old or 100 years old. So most cars, including this one, are set to understeer. As far as street driving, if you drive it like you're supposed to drive it, I think it's a very neutral car. If you went crazy and just went into a turn full speed and turned the wheel, you know, I'm sure you'd experience some understeer. I'm sure on the track you would experience some understeer. And again, I like the smallest car possible, so 95% of the driving that I do is just me in the car, and I drive all the time. So the smaller the car, the better. So one of my favorite cars I ever owned, and you know the story, I've said it a million times, was an E46 M3. I had a Laguna Seca Blue, 2003. It was a 6-speed manual coupe, sunroof delete, and that car was just like the perfect size, and I really missed that car. And that was a car I said I was going to keep forever. None of my friends believed me because I never keep a car very long. So they thought I wouldn't have that car anymore anyway, and because it got stolen a long time ago. But to me, this is like the second coming of that car. So this is much faster than that car, obviously. You know, everything's better. It's more electronic. It's got a better navigation. You name it, it's better. But there's just something about the E46 M3 that I love. So to me, this is a modern version of that. This car, and what I love about this car, it could be your weekend track car. It could be your daily driver. It could be whatever you want it to be. So if you're commuting into the city and, you know, you're fighting potholes and salt in the winter, and you want to keep this car just for the weekends, great. If you want to make this an autocross or a track car, it'll be great at that too. Or this can be your daily driver. You can fit people in the back. Again, I can't sit in the back being 6 feet tall. You probably have to be around 5'5", 5'6" to sit there. It depends, you know, I have long legs and I have size 13 feet, so my seat is pretty far back. You probably have to be a child, a small child, to be behind me. Okay, another thing I've asked, does this car get a lot of attention? Well, in Long Beach Blue, 100% yes. Now, most of the attention it's getting, I can tell you, is from non-car enthusiasts. People just come up to me and say, I love that blue car. When I took my car in for the annual service, I don't think that the service writer knew what an M2 was, but she was like, wow, that's a beautiful blue car. You know, did you like blue? That's why you bought it? Like that kind of deal. So, that was interesting. So a lot of people of all ages come up to me, even, you know, elderly people, and they just love this color blue. So yes, it does get a lot of attention. You will be noticed on the road. If you watch, if you're going one way and going the other way, you'll really notice the difference. When I first got this car, so this is going back over a year, 14 months ago, got a lot of thumbs up from car enthusiasts. They could be driving anything from a GTI to a Ferrari to a 911 and or a BRZ, and they're all giving me thumbs up, taking my picture. So obviously when that car came out, and especially in this bright color, everybody knows what it was. As far as road trips go, I've taken it on some long drives, and some for pleasure and some just for work, and it handles great. These seats, BMW always makes great seats, so these seats are very comfortable. You can really be all day in these seats and come out refreshed. So I've done long road trips and always feel good getting out of the car. It doesn't beat you up, or it's not like necessarily like a race seat that is great for an hour and then not so great after that. So I would definitely consider an exhaust. I know some of you have the BMW Sport exhaust and love it. What I would also like to do is, if anybody's local to where I live in Bergen County, I would love to review a DCT version of this car. So for me, I went manual all the way. I know BMW makes one of the best dual clutch transmissions, so I'd love to be able to drive and review, what this car is with a dual clutch transmission. This way, since I've had my car for so long, I can really do a direct comparison. I'm sure DCT is faster. How much faster is it? Is it good in traffic and all kinds of driving conditions? How did I get the first allocation? This is in my other videos, if you can watch it, if you've seen them. I actually put a deposit down on this car in 2015, so the car wasn't even officially announced yet. So a lot of people wait until everybody knows about the M2 before they place an order, or they wait till the car magazines review them. By then, the order books are full, and I know a lot of dealers had long waits, but I was able to get the first allocation at my dealership, and I paid MSRP. So I would never pay over sticker. If you're comfortable with paying sticker, do that. But to me, if my choices were wait 6 months or pay over sticker, I would wait 6 months. Now, there's a lot of BMW dealerships. You can Google how many there are. So you can easily call every one. And when I was a kid, I worked at a dealership. It wasn't a BMW dealership, but you could actually order a car at one dealer and take delivery at the other. Now, they may not want to do that because typically the dealer who is going to get the delivery of the car and give it to you will charge the other dealership. They'll have to split the commission because they're going to have to deliver it and take some of their time doing that. And maybe your local BMW dealer won't want to do that because they want to maximize their profit on the M2. But there are plenty of different dealerships. I can tell you there's probably, I've said this in the other video, there's probably 5 or 6 within a 40-minute drive of my house. So the dealership I ordered from was probably like the second or third, maybe the third furthest or the third closest. And I had dealt with them before. In 2008, I got their first allocation for the E90 M3. So they didn't charge me over sticker for that when a lot of other dealers were. So again, I went back to them. My salesman was long gone, but I said, hey, you did this for me last time, you do it to me again. And I don't even think my dealer charges over MSRP for anything. So that's kind of like the dealer you want to get. This interior is holding up great. I used this car when I first got it as a daily driver last summer, and that's where I put a lot of the miles on it. And again, I have about 8,200 miles right now. So they'll probably put a couple thousand if you watch my reviews from last summer. The interior is great. There's nothing. I don't have a scratch, or the seats are in perfect condition. I'm pretty careful with it. I don't just plop down on the seat. I try to go nice and easy so I don't get creases on the driver's side bolster. I try to actually, when I sit in the seat, not to even rub against the driver's side bolster. So pretty much most of my cars are very clean there because I you know, take care. I just don't plop down. But it's been a super reliable car. So what I love about the M2 is you can just go in and just drive it. You don't have to really worry about anything else. This would be a good, you know, if you and your buddies want to go for a drive somewhere in the mountains or just some roads and do a little road trip, this is a great car to take because it's a modern car, so it'll keep up with faster cars. For example, like say I took my NSX and everybody had M4s, it would be hard to keep up with them because they're just so fast and powerful that they'd probably blow me away. But with this car, this will keep up with any car. If you did a drive with Lamborghinis and Ferraris, it would do just fine. And that's kind of what I love about it. So this is kind of like my go-to car if I'm driving, say, a long distance, and because it's very comfortable, it's got plenty of power, it gets decent gas mileage. You know, the gas tank is a little small, so if you're going to put a lot of miles on this car, I could be wrong, but I think the it was 13.7 gallons, so you will get gas often. Today, for example, I drove 100-something miles and I used 2/3 of a tank. And I was driving, and almost all of it was highway. Okay guys, thanks for watching my 14-month ownership review of my BMW M2. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and get them to subscribe so my channel can grow, and leave a positive comment below. Thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you next time.